Hey guys, welcome to my October edition of my movie collections update series of videos. So I decided to come up with this video a little bit early because I got some other stuff that I want to get done during this month of October, which I'll probably let you or fill you in towards the end of this video. Alright guys, so lots of cool stuff that I have kind of conceiving in my mind right now for what I want to show or put together for videos to show you guys. Alright, so again, check at the end of this video, let you know what those things are. As always, if you like basically what I have to say about these films, like my video, subscribe to my channel so you guys can stay in the loop of everything that I do, okay guys? So let's get started with this particular video of movies that I've seen this past couple of weeks. Alright, again, not a huge collection, a huge pile this time around, but some really decent movies that I had a chance to watch. All right, so the first one basically that I have to show you is this horror film called Frankenstein's Army, and basically it's about these Russian soldiers that end up in this town. I don't know if it's during World War I or World War II, but they happen to be, they end up in this town where basically there's nobody present there. They find no bodies of anybody there, and they find this one guy who kind of leads them down into this kind of really vast labyrinth of of tunnels underground. And what happens is that these strange creatures start showing up, and they start eliminating members of their team one by one. And then as the film progresses, it's revealed that the guy that they met along the way, that stranger that was in that town that they ended up in, is actually a mad scientist that started, using the people that used to live there, and he started turning them into strange creatures because he had this crazy idea that the new race or the new wave of super soldiers, he could create by just mutilating people's bodies and just putting hideous attachments to them, like removing their arms and putting claws, some weird freaky stuff that this guy does to a lot of the other characters here as well. And basically it's about the soldiers trying to escape this huge labyrinth of tunnels, but at the same time you got all these weird creatures that are hunting them down one by one. And I have to say that I was really impressed at how much fun this movie was. I didn't think too much of it. I mean, I read the premise of it and I thought, oh, it seems pretty interesting. I remember seeing the trailer of it, and thinking that, oh, that again, it looks pretty interesting. It looks like a lot of fun, but again, I didn't know what to expect from it. And then after I started watching the film, I was really impressed by how much they were able to do. Because in all honesty, this movie really looks like a low-budget film, but they did a lot in terms of the special makeup effects to create a lot of the creatures, and they really look believable and scary. And there's one of the, I think, most effective things that they did with the film is that every time when you see the soldiers running through the tunnels, they shoot them from the perspective of the soldiers, and at every turn you see a creature coming on, and the way it was shot, it really looks really scary. And then I kind of felt my heart pumping as because I felt like I was the one running through the tunnels myself, and every time I turned a corner there was a creature right there, and I had to turn around and try to escape. So it really kind of really put me in the moment of being fearful even for myself, even though again it's not me that was in that situation. But anyway, again, like I said, it was really effective. I found it to be a lot of fun. It's great. Again, the amount of work and detail that was put into creating the individual creatures that the scientists created out of all the other soldiers and the other villagers, was really impressive, really great, a lot of fun. One of these movies, horror films that I actually really recommend and suggest that everyone check out if you get the chance to. So definitely check out Frankenstein's Army if you haven't done so. The next movie that I have to show you is the film Now You See Me, which basically stars a whole, large group of, famous actors in here. I believe we got Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, we got Mark Ruffalo, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, and a couple of other people that I can't remember their name right now, but I recognize their face because I've seen them in other projects that they've done. And basically this is about, these four magicians at the bottom right here that are kind of contracted by a mysterious person to go to different parts of, I believe, the United States, because I'm not sure if I think it's just different parts of the United States, but then again, it could be at different parts of the world as well. I can't remember. I saw this movie a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, they're contracted by a mysterious person to do all these particular magic acts, but the magic acts involve, robbing banks. And they pull it off so well that and the cops and the FBI are chasing them, trying to hunt them down because they're committing these crimes, and it ultimately culminates into a bigger discovery towards the end of the film. And that's all I really want to say, because there's a nice, really interesting twist towards the end of this movie that I don't want to reveal, because, you know, it's definitely something that's worth checking out. And but I have to say that regardless of that, I mean, the magic acts, everything was really, really, really impressive. You know, the way it was shot, you know, the actual, you know, magic acts that they were committing, you know, the illusions that they were portraying to their audience was actually pretty impressive. So I have to say that, you know, everybody, you know, gave a really great performance. It was shot really well. Again, I was really in the moment. I was really captivated by it. I was, you know, sucked into just wanting to figure out, you know, what are all these magic acts, you know, ultimately leading to. Like, what are these guys eventually going to find towards the end of it? You know, and the reveal at the end of it was actually, again, like I said, was pretty interesting, but I don't want to give it away because I want you guys to check it out as well. So, and if you remember from one of my previous videos, I said that I had a bit of a personal trivia concerning this film, and that is, this movie was actually the first movie that I ever booked an extra job on. So I remember the scene that I booked an extra gig for was the last scene towards the end of this movie, which was filmed at the 5 Points in Brooklyn. So there's a big, huge magic act scene towards the end of this film that was at the 5 Points. So I remember I went over there, and there were like about 900 extras, you know, to basically form the crowd of people of spectators for this huge magic act. So it was a lot of fun. It was an overnight shoot, you know. It was one of those. It was pretty interesting that my first, you know, acting or extra gig happened to be an overnight gig, and it happened to be for this film. So it was really cool. You don't see me in as, you know, as an extra in the film, because there was like, you know, 1,000 other extras in there, you know, so there's rarely any chance that you ever get to see one single person in there at once, and much less to see myself. But anyway, just so you guys know, this was the first movie that I ever booked an extra, you know, gig for, so it was pretty cool just seeing how everything turned out in there. But other than that, again, I definitely recommend this film. It's a nice film, you know, something that really has a lot of action, great, you know, magic acts, you know, with a nice reveal at the end. So it's definitely something that I say definitely check out. Check out Now You See Me, guys. The next film that I have to show you is this film called Pawn Shop Chronicles, and I have to say that I was really impressed by what this movie was about and what it did. Basically, again, this is another film which has an all-star cast, a lot of people in here. We have Brendan Fraser, we have, who else we have? Brendan Fraser, Elijah Wood, Vincent D'Onofrio, Thomas Jane, Lucas Haas, Norman Reedus, who you guys might recognize from The Walking Dead. He's the one that plays Daryl, and, you know, Matt Dillon and Paul Walker. I mean, they're the entire cast, basically, you'll recognize. But the thing that's really, really impressive about this film is that the characters that all these actors play is something that you would have never have probably guessed that they would have been playing a role like that. Especially one actor in particular. I'm not going to say who. Right, for those of you that have seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but it was really surprising to see this particular actor play this particular type of role in this film. But it was hilarious just to see. But and regardless of that, each one of them played their particular roles really well. It was really exciting. It was really a lot of fun. It was so funny to watch these guys play something that's completely out of what we're used to seeing them in anyway. So it was really a lot of fun. And just to give you a quick synopsis, I mean, this movie is basically divided into 3 separate stories that kind of are tied into each other, but you see it in bits how they're tied in. Especially the last sequence, you basically see how the first 2 parts, you know, kind of fit in line with that one. So, but definitely, other than that, this is definitely something that I would say check it out. It's a lot of fun. Something that, you know, you would probably be very surprised to you know, when you notice who's playing what in this film. You know, it's definitely a lot of fun. I definitely recommend Pawn Shop Chronicles for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. The next film that I have to show you is, of course, Star Trek Into Darkness. There was no way that I was gonna just let this movie just, you know, go on by and not, you know, have in my collection. I saw it in theaters. I loved it. I had to have it on, you know, Blu-ray DVD combo pack, and I got it. I watched it again, and I just kind of relived all those moments that I enjoyed so much about it when I saw it in theaters. You know, it was really a lot of fun. It doesn't necessarily pick up after the first Star Trek film, And that being said, it's not like you needed to see the first one. This film pretty much kind of stands on its own, regardless of whether or not you've seen the first one. And again, just to give you a quick synopsis, this is basically, Captain Kirk and his crew basically are after a terrorist played by, I believe his name is Benedict Cumberbatch, who at the end, or not towards the end, but towards, very, very early in the film, we find out is actually playing, the character Khan, who we all remember from Star Trek 2, I believe. Yeah, Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. So it's basically that same type of story, again, just like modernized, for today's audiences. And I have to say that everybody did an amazing job in this film. Again, Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, even Benedict Cumberbatch did an amazing job playing the roles that they did, and something that just to inspire to, it was just so much fun watching them, and especially the camaraderie between Captain Kirk and Spock, the chemistry that they had together when they acted, in their scenes together. It was just a lot of fun just watching them, how they kind of just play off of each other like that. It was really a lot of fun, and it's definitely something that I would recommend for anyone to watch if you haven't done so. If you have, it's definitely worth another watch. Second, third, however many times you have to watch it, just to keep enjoying it, just keep doing it anyway, because this movie was a lot of fun. So definitely, something to have in your collection if you guys are collectors too. So definitely, Star Trek Into Darkness gets a thumbs up for me, guys. Yeah, I'm having really a lot of good stuff to say. I feel like I'm in a good mood today with all these things that I'm showing you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too as much as I am. And the last film that I have to show you again is something that I didn't expect to be as good when I found out that it was being made into a film, because I read the book. Hey guys, sorry about that. I don't know what it is. For some reason, my camera just has a habit of just stopping, the recording process for some reason. I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe it just felt that I was getting a little bit too excited about what I was saying with everything else previous to that. So I don't know. Regardless of that, again, apologize for that. But what I was getting at is, like I said, the next movie that I have to show you, basically, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I remember I read the book, and the book was phenomenal. So when I knew that the movie adaptation was coming out, those always tend to be hit or miss. And especially when I found out that the movie was not going to be exactly like the book, I kept thinking like, oh man, it's probably not going to be as good. But World War Z actually turned out to be a very decent film, despite the fact that it doesn't follow the actual book 100%. It does follow certain aspects of the film, and there's just too many things to actually get into any detail about, so I'm not even going to try. But for those of you that have seen the film, you know what I'm talking about, especially if you've read the book beforehand. You know that there were certain things that they did actually incorporate into the film that were part of the book. So that was a nice touch. And I won't take anything away from that. But the movie by itself, actually turned out to be a very decent film. A lot of high tension, a lot of really nice moments. Again, some people always kind of have difference of opinions when it comes to, computer generated zombies and stuff like that. And I know this movie has a little bit of that as well. And then, of course, you have the traditional zombies in full makeup, doing their thing in there too. So it has a little bit of both, but I think that, the digital effects really did work very well to complement, the theme of the film. So I definitely, would give this, thumbs up as well as something that you would definitely, should check out if you guys read the book and are interested in seeing the film. I'm definitely saying that it's definitely worth a check out. If you guys like zombies, definitely worth a check out. And I mean, again, all around it was a great film. I really enjoyed it. So, and I'm probably going to be checking it out again, as seeing that we're in the month of October. So definitely, I recommend you guys to check out World War Z if you haven't done so already. And yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So that's pretty much all that I have for you this time around, guys. So I hope you enjoyed everything that I had to say about, these 5 movies that I had to show you. I hope you guys enjoyed my excitement and energy as I was going in, talking about each one. I try to keep things, nice and tidy, or not tidy, but nice and compact. Not trying to blow up, with too much stuff in there, because I was getting really excited. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, so one of the things that I want to let you guys or bring you up to date on is the fact that I am about 98% almost done with the editing on the short film that I worked on 2 months ago. So I'm almost done with that. So definitely when that is complete, I'll definitely let you guys know about that. I'll probably let you or give you information as to where to find it when I upload it onto the internet, right, or wherever else it is that whatever else it is that I decide to do with it. But it should be fun. It's something that me and my friends worked on, and we think you guys are going to enjoy it. So hopefully be on the lookout for that. I'll let you know more about it as it comes. And the other thing that I want to let you go on, or let you guys know about, is since we are now entering the month of October, Halloween is, a few weeks away. So I was thinking that I was probably going to do several videos, most likely towards the end of each week in October. I'm probably going to put up a video where I talk about some of my favorite horror movies in my collection. So that's pretty much what I have in mind right here. I'm not giving away anything specific because I don't know which films I'm going to be talking about, but definitely it's what I have in mind, is what I want to do. So be on the lookout for that. It should be fun. Should be maybe even a bit informative about the films, and maybe just a glimpse into who I am in terms of horror films and why I like them so much. All right, guys. So as I said before, if you liked what I had to say about the films and stuff like that, like my video, subscribe to my channel so you guys can just be in the loop of everything else. And I'll check you out on the next video, guys. All right. Take it easy, guys.